You must be thinking that the COVID pandemic has ebbed. The sad news is that it's not. New variants are emerging, making the Union Health Ministry to review the current situation and talking about mask mandates. The behavior of people is a challenge right now, and of course, the festive environs. So we will talk about the new variants from the perspective of the examination. Of course, these are a subvariant of the Omicron variant of coronavirus. Omicron's information will be given to you in the description box. You can see there mutation, how mutation occurs in protein spike, everything is given over there. So the news, what is the news? Current situation of COVID in India. About the two new variants of concern, what about the new variants position in India? Should we be worried about a fresh wave? What are the challenges? Way forward and a question. Moving ahead, let's talk about the news. New COVID variants like BF.7, XBB, they're spreading across the globe. What risks do they pose? First of all, let us see what is the current situation with respect to COVID-19. In the last 24 hours, India has reported 1946 COVID-19 cases and it has reported 10 deaths. Okay, just 10 deaths in the last 24 hours. The caseload has reduced, it has decreased to 25,968, the active COVID caseload I'm talking about over here. Okay, moving ahead, first of all, let us talk about the new variant BF.7. This is a subvariant of Omicron. How variants occur? When there is a mutation in the protein spike, then variants occur. It all started in Mongolia. This variant is the reason where we can see spike in the cases of China, and the position in China is not very great. The United States, UK, Australia and Belgium are also seeing cases rising due to this particular variant. In USA, BF.7 accounts for 5.3% of the cases. It is being monitored along with BQ.1 and BQ.1.1. In United Kingdom, BF.7 accounts for 7.26% of the cases, showing a relative growth advantage of 17.95% over the other variant BA.5. The symptoms are continuous coughing, difficulty in hearing. Also, it could affect the sense of smell, chest pain and quivering. Let's talk about the other, closer to home, XBB variant. This variant is a combination of two Omicron sublineages, BJ.1 and BA.2.75. This variant is the reason that we are seeing infections spike in Singapore, and it is also becoming a dominant variant in Singapore. It accounts for 54% of the caseload in Singapore because of that. But these symptoms are not very dangerous, it's mild. Hospitalization and deaths are not there. This is the only solace we can find. And the massive mutation in structure is making it immune evasive and also highly infectious, because there is a lot of mutation. That is why our immune system is unable to recognize this variant and it can evade the immunity system, hence infecting us. Moving ahead, let's talk about the new variants in India. In India, the problem starts with XBB variant, where Maharashtra is seeing the highest caseload because of this particular variant. The percentage is 17.7%. It is because of XBB variant. And you can see in China, the BF.7, beg your pardon, let me change the color of the pen. The BF.7 is the leading cause in China, that pertains to Mongolia. In India, XBB variant is there. It's written XXB, but it's XBB. BA.2.75 is still the dominant variant in India, and BJ.1 is spreading in certain Indian states. So XBB, BA.2.75 and BJ.1 is the main ones for India. In US and Europe, BQ.1 is the major variant. So XBB variant reported had growth advantage over BA.2.75, which is the dominant variant, and it also has immune evasive properties. A virus or a variant which has to dominate has to have certain, you can say, criteria checked. First, it should be highly infectious in nature. Second, it should evade immunity, and then it can cause hospitalization as well. These are the certain concerning things about a variant when it becomes dominant. The BA.2.3.20 and BQ.1 variants were also discovered in these states. Now, at least 10 to 15% rise in the cases are due to these new variants. Moving ahead, in Kerala, new genetic variants have been found, XBB and XBB.1. These are COVID-19, are more contagious than other ones, earlier ones. BA.2.75, they still remain dominant, as I have already iterated. Moving ahead, now the problem is that do we need to be worried about the fresh wave? The problem with the fresh wave is that if the wave is large, then more and more people will be infected, then more and more people might get hospitalized and more deaths will occur. Again, overstretching of the health sector can happen, and we all know what happened in the case of the Delta variant. We do not know if new variants will emerge again and India will see the problem in the future emerge again. People gathering in crowded places during the festival season, which is the current season, is the main problem. And we see them hardly wearing any mask. There is no clinical evidence, although, that COVID-19 is going to spread in particular season. It does not have a seasonal pattern. Most people used to say it spreads during the monsoon and the winter, but we did not see that happening. Less hospitalization and deaths are occurring, although the new variants are emerging. Sequencing is happening a lot, and that is why new variants are able to be kept a tab upon. Moving ahead, if we talk about the challenges, first is the lax behavior of the people. Of course, the memory of the people are short-lived. Once they see that there is no danger, they have stopped appropriating with themselves the COVID norms. They are not wearing masks, not using sanitizers, not washing their hands properly, gathering in crowded places. And the human nature can be, of course, we can blame this because humans do not want to be under 4 set of rules for a long period of time. Apart from that, because of the festive season, the new season of Dussehra and Diwali, and of course the upcoming other festivals will also cause a lot of problem there, so that we must know that this is the challenge. Apart from that, new vaccine building is a challenge, because suppose the earlier vaccines are not effective or impactful on the current variants, again new research and development has to take place. So the way forward is, please do follow COVID appropriate behavior. Apart from that, make other people aware of the new variants, and of course get vaccinated. If you're not, get a booster shot as well. Moving ahead, let's talk about our question. The pango nomenclature is related to SARS-CoV-2, ocean ridges, insects, or new natural satellites. Let me take the names of those who have answered my last question correctly, which was with respect to Dr. Mahalanabis, the revolutionary. So yes, many of you have answered it correctly. ORS Day, it's 29th of July every year. Okay. So UPSC Journey has answered it correctly. Then Megha has answered it correctly. Minnie has answered it correctly. Ahmed, Chandrabhaga, Tushita, Karishma, Lisa, Santosh, Rukshana, Piali, Tushar, Shikha, Ajay, Pragati, Riya, Yash, also Sobhakyata, Jyoti, Daksha, Nibha, Prabhakaran, Anshika, Raju, Shruti, Sarika, beg your pardon, Mr. DJ, then Pooja Tiwari, also Aman, Vaibhavi, Simran, Akhilesh, Jyotsna, Utkarsh, Conscious Indian, Invention, Ankit, Anuj, Jalajakshi, Vishwanathan, Chauhan Chintan, Anna Taragi, Malanna, Faizan, also Simi Mishra and Suraj. You all have answered it correctly. Answered this question as well. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching.